Show you how to turn one whole pork loin roast into 8 meals.
Well, good morning, YouTubers. Well, today we're going to be our own butcher, and I'm going to show you how we can sit there and get, hopefully, 9 meals out of this whole pork loin roast. So, what you see, I wrote down on the piece of paper here what we're going to be getting. And you're going to be getting 2 packages of the stew meat, because we have stew meat over here on this end, and we have stew meat over here on this end. And then this part of our roast, we're going to be able to get some thin pork chops out of, and we're also going to be able to get some center cut pork chops out of this section here, and then this little this one section here, that's going to give us a pork loin roast. We're going to get another pork loin roast off of this section here. This little section in here, we're going to be able to get 2 packages of stir-fry meat. This section in here, you're going to be able to get some ribeye pork chops and this end cut stew meat. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to sharpen my knives, and we're going to commence cutting this all up into what I just showed you.
Right?
Yeah, I do. My son helped me take care of that real bad lighting that we had before. So here's the diagram so you can see it a little bit more clearly. He's sharpening my knives for me, and we'll be back. Now, about a year ago, I did a similar video showing you how to do the chops and everything else. But in case you're new to my channel and you haven't watched it yet, I use a nifty little measuring gauge thing that sewers use. So, I mean, anybody out there who sews knows exactly what this little thing is. But it works great, especially if you're going to be your own little butcher. Like me, Miss Butcher. And you're going to be cutting up your meat. So, it works great. Trust me, I love this little thing. So, let's go ahead and let's start cutting up our meat.
Oh.
Okay, like I said, this part is going to be our roast. And from this part to over about here, it's going to be the center pork chops in this section. We get our thin chops in this section, and the end section is going to be our stew meat. So let's go ahead and cut the stew meat off. Okay, I'm going to try to put them all in the little areas. Alright, the roast, you're going to want cut like this. Now, I'm feeding 4 adults, so your family may be different. And this one, I'm going to cut in half. Okay, let's come over here and do the same on this side. Let's cut the stew meat off. And then let's cut our roast. Okay, let's recap. Stew meat, ribeye pork chops, stir fry meat, roast, center cut pork chops, thin cut pork chops, and some stew meat. Okay, for my thin pork chops, I think I'm going to cut them a 1/2 inch. As you see here, I can go down here and just kind of guesstimate what I would be getting out of that. And for the center cut chops, I'm going to cut this section here in half, and then each section in half again. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I'm going to do the center cut one. And then I'm going to take it over on my butcher block because I don't want to cut on my table here. And I'm going to cut these each in half. That way I have 4 center pork chops, and that will be for 4 adults. Now my mother-in-law started this little thing with doing big primal cuts of meat and making them into other meals. So in a lot of ways, this is my way of paying homage to my mother-in-law, who I love so dearly. So I went ahead and I cut up all the meat into our sections. Okay, and there you go. I just finished up cutting it all up. So let's go ahead and run through what I've all done here. Here's our stew meat that I cut up and I chunked up. Then pork chops, my center cut pork chops, my pork loin roast, another pork loin roast, some ribeye pork chops, my stir fry meat, and my stew meat. Not too bad. I said in the beginning we would probably get 9. Well, I didn't get my 9 out of it, but I got 8. So sometimes you can get more, sometimes you will get less. But 8 meals out of that one whole pork loin roast is not bad at all. So become your own little butcher today.
Great balls of fire. Look at all that money I just saved. Now you save yourself some.
And if you like what you saw here today, please share with others and be sure to subscribe today. Tap that little bell. That way you'll always be notified every time I put out a new video. And most of all, thank you for stopping by and watching. And y'all have a good day. And y'all come back now. You hear?